April is the first month. May is the second month. June is the third month. July is the fourth month. August is the fifth month. There's a month between August and September that is missing. September is the seventh month. October is the eighth month. November is the ninth month. December is the 10th month. January is the 11th month. March is the 13th month.
Did you know? This is why I've said the dates that they are giving us are incorrect. We used to have 13 months, 28 days, and 1 day of rest, even in the Bible.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. What if I told you that everything we celebrate as the new year might be a lie? What if January 1st isn't really the beginning of a new year at all, and there's actually a 13th month that was removed from history? Every year, billions of people celebrate January 1st without even questioning where the calendar came from, who created it, and why it was changed. Ancient civilizations followed a 13th month lunar calendar, perfectly aligned with nature, the moon cycles, and human biology. But at some point, powerful systems decided to rewrite time itself. So the question is, was this change accidental or intentional? Today, we are breaking down the hidden history behind the calendar, why some people believe New Year celebrations are misleading, and why this conversation is making so many people uncomfortable. Let's dive into the video, guys.
April, May, June, Sol, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's the order of the 13-month calendar.
Did you know? This is why I've said the dates that they are giving us are incorrect. We used to have 13 months, 28 days, and 1 day of rest, even in the Bible. So look, we have 13 lunar cycles of 28 days, 13 zodiac sign, every turtle shell you'll find, 13 sections in the middle, and 28 notches are along the side, all to keep us disconnected from these natural cycles of our realm. Listen to David straight. Explain it more. Our calendar is not quite right. We're supposed to have 13 months of 28 days, with 1 day, the day of resurrection, Easter as a neutral day. That's our 365 days. We've actually got 13 constellations, not 12. This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar, but it's also very close to several ancient Sanskrit calendars. What does Sept mean? 7. I thought that was the 9th month. What does OCT mean? What does No mean? What does Dec mean? It's supposed to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month.
So, boom! To all my friends and followers, you know what's up. This is the video that I kick open the door, bust it wide open about this.
Used to have 13 months, 28 days, and 1 day of rest, even in the...
Okay, great. Once again, just a bunch of rambling. I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to give you some visuals, and research is going to change after this short little video.
This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar.
Wrong. So the Mayans had two ancient calendars, laser cut into stone. The correct one to use for 13 months is the Mayan 260-day sacred calendar. It's a rectangle. Hint, hint, golden ratio. It's based on groups of 13. Wait, 13 months based on 13. Is that a match? And remember, the flower of life has 65 circles. 64 on the inside, and then that big one on the outside that holds it all together. So here's a blank 260, because 90% of that info out there about this is complete shit. The Mayan creation story is way off. Don't worry, I'll show you. Every row from left to right has the numbers 1 through 13 in a pattern. If you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 13, that equals 91. So there are 20 rows of 91. So if you were to add up all those numbers on that rectangle, it would equal 1,820. Let's just call those days, since it's from a sacred calendar. But in the current calendar we use today, the 1,820th day lands on Christmas, just under 5 years. No way. But yeah, that day gets used a lot throughout time. Now, here it is. Remember, 13 months times 28 days equals 364. So here's the 260. Every 4 rows equal 364. So boom, there's 5 years fit into that rectangle perfectly. Remember, 5 pieces make a pentagon, and 13 months times 5 years equals 65 months. We're just getting started with this rectangle.
If you want to know the truth about the 13-month calendar, watch this video. According to the Akashic Records, what is the 13-month calendar? Why is it no longer used? And how does it overlay over our usual Gregorian calendar that we're using in the West? Please give us a breakdown.
According to the Akashic Records, the 13-month calendar is not merely a timekeeping system. It is a cosmic harmonic tool designed to keep humanity in rhythm with natural cycles, divine order, and multidimensional flow. Here's your full breakdown. What is the 13-month calendar? The 13-month calendar, most notably preserved in the Mayan dream spell and the lunar or moon calendar systems, follows a rhythm of 13 months of 28 days each, totaling 364 days, with 1 day out of time used for spiritual reflection and energetic recalibration. This calendar is aligned with the 13 lunar cycles of the moon each year, the natural menstrual and emotional rhythms of the body, the sacred geometry of time, and the divine feminine matrix. It honors the moon as the mother of time, marking months by the moon's phases rather than artificial systems of power and control. Why was it replaced by the Gregorian calendar? The shift from the 13-month calendar to the Gregorian calendar was not accidental. It was a spiritual colonization of time. According to the Akashic Records, the Council of Nicaea, circa 325 AD, and later Pope Gregory XIII, 82, introduced the Gregorian system to detach humans from the lunar and cosmic cycles. The 12-month calendar imposes an inconsistent and dissonant rhythm, months of 30, 31, and 28 days, that disrupts our energetic attunement with nature. This shift made it easier to control populations, disconnecting people from their inner knowing, divine timing, the true memory of sacred timekeeping. It also severed the feminine principle of cyclical wisdom, replacing it with a linear patriarchal structure. How does it overlay with the Gregorian calendar? Each 28-day moon month has exactly 4 perfect 7-day weeks, totaling 13 months. 13 times 28 equals 364 days. The 365th day is known as the day out of time, celebrated as a cosmic reset, a day outside of linear time. If we map this over the Gregorian calendar, each moon month would begin on the same day of the week and flow consistently. The Gregorian months would no longer hold meaning. Instead, the 13-month cycle would reconnect us to the lunar and solar rhythms of Earth and the galaxy. Many mystics and cosmic timekeepers use the 13-moon dream spell calendar, where each month is named, e.g. magnetic moon, electric moon, cosmic moon, with associated energies and themes that guide spiritual focus. Spiritual significance. The 13-month calendar restores balance between masculine solar time and feminine lunar wisdom, encourages presence, flow, and soul-aligned timing, allows people to sync with planetary and galactic rhythms, reawakens the ancient memory of cosmic citizenship and Earth stewardship.
Moving away from the 13-month calendar has been one of the most detrimental things for humanity. Now, I'm going to encourage everyone to go and do your little research on the Gregorian calendar and where it came from, the Julian calendar, where that came from, and then do your research on the 13-month calendar. The 13-month calendar involves 28 days each. And if you know anything about the woman's menstrual cycle, you will know that it is 28 days in length. So ancient populations and groups of people were aligned with natural time. They were looking at the moon cycle. So there were 13 moons in a year. What has happened with the Gregorian calendar is that they have compressed it into 12 months in a year, and they've made these crazy number of days. Sometimes it's 29 days, sometimes it's 28 days, sometimes it's 30 days, sometimes it's 31. That calendar was designed to coincide with the industrial age, agrarian sector, and all sorts of other things that had to do with generating wealth and structuring a society that conforms to the time that they have set. What it means is that we are no longer aligned to natural time, to cosmic time.
My guy. All right, so someone asked if I could talk about the actual calendar and the real new year. So first, I'm going to start off by telling y'all that there are actually 13 months. And if you pay attention, all of it makes sense. Remember how I told y'all that us and nature are connected? We're all connected. This is what I mean by that. So actually listen to what I'm about to say. The moon cycles every 28 days. And if you pay attention, when a woman is pregnant, they only count her pregnancy every 28 days. And they count by 4 weeks. 4 weeks in this month, 4 weeks in that month. And that's why when you count the weeks, it go by 7, 14, 21, 28. And the reason why I say we actually have 13 months is because if we have 13 months instead of 12, each month will have 28 days. So not only do the moon have a 28-day cycle, but don't us women have a 28-day cycle when it comes to our period? Not only that, God calls the moon a her. So the moon itself is represented as a female. So you got the women's menstrual cycle that's every 28 days, just like the moon cycle is every 28 days. So the moon is represented as a she, and it has a 28-day cycle, just like us, females, we have a 28-day cycle. Keep up, I'm trying to show you how we connected to nature. The only month that's actually truthful that we go by is February. That's the only month that actually has 28 days. All those other months, if all those months go to 28 days instead, it will make an extra month that will also have 28 days. So we will have 13 months that all have 28 days, which is actually for the missing month that we are supposed to have. April 1st, which is April Fool's, is symbolic to them fooling you into thinking that January 1st is the actual new year. But like I told y'all, we are connected to nature. Nature shows us that the real new year is in spring. Nature shows us that the real new year is when the earth starts to come alive again. The trees, the grass, and the flowers begin to blossom and grow back. Our energy is connected to nature. Our energy actually begins to shift with nature also. The new year is actually based off the seasons. And spring is the new season. January is not the new year. This is all some fake stuff that's going on, and they got y'all programmed. Like for real, how could January be the new year and it ain't representing no change? No new life, no growth. We are connected to nature. No matter what y'all try to lie about, what lies they put into y'all, or what y'all don't want to believe in, no matter what you want to believe in, we connected to nature regardless of what y'all say. God created us, God created nature. We are supposed to align with each other. 13 months instead of 12 will be exactly 28 days in each month. The first will always be a Monday, and the 28th will always be a Sunday. Every month will have exactly 4 weeks, and we will properly align ourselves with the moon cycle. Moon cycle, 28 days. Menstrual cycle, 28 days. Days of the month, 28 days. September came from an old Roman word called septem, meaning 7, which was originally the 7th month. October came from the Latin and Greek word oct, meaning 8, which was originally the 8th month. November came from the Latin word novem, meaning 9, which was originally the 9th month. December came from the Latin word decem, meaning 10, which was originally the 10th month. So September is actually the 7th month. October is actually the 8th month. Why do you think they call it an octopus an octopus? Oct stands for 8. An octopus has 8 tentacles. They call it an octopus for a reason, because it stands for 8 at the beginning. November is really the 9th month, and December is actually the 10th month. So for us to call September the 9th month, October the 10th month, and so on, that's a bold-faced lie, because it's not true. What I'm trying to tell y'all is at the end of the day, nature tells us the real time. And God made us the way we are and made nature the way it is for a reason. And we supposed to properly align with nature. Y'all have to realize we didn't have clocks and stuff back then. We followed nature. Nature told us the time. And until this day, nature tells us the time. God made us the way we are for a reason, the same way he made nature the way it is for a reason. So like I always said, Romans 3 and 4, let God be the truth and every man a liar.
Hey man, Happy New Year. Bro, New Year's was months ago. That's what they want you to think. What do you mean? The real New Year starts in the spring when everything wakes up. At least that's how it's always been until the Gregorian calendar messed everything up. So how did the Gregorian calendar mess things up? Pope Gregory introduced the Gregorian calendar not to keep time, but to remind folks when to pay taxes. That's why it's called calendar, because in ancient Rome, calends was the day that debts were recorded. Wait a minute. You're saying the calendar was built for taxes? Exactly. And the whole system got thrown off earlier when Julius Caesar and Augustus decided they wanted their own months. That's how we got July and August. Well, why is February so short? Because Augustus wanted his month to be just as long as Julius's, so he stole a day from February. So they reshuffled time to feed their egos? Here I thought they made February short because they were just racist towards Black History Month. But this makes more sense. And that's not even the craziest part. Have you ever noticed the months don't even truly line up to their names? Think about it. September, septem, 7, but it's the 9th month. October, octo, 8, but it's the 10th month. November means 9, but it's the 11th month. December, deca, 10, but it's the 12th month. So they really out here just messing things up. If the calendar was actually accurate, we would have 13 months, not 12. But why 13? Because it follows the natural cycles of the moon's 28 days, which also corresponds to women's menstrual cycles. You see, ancient cultures had it right. They based their calendar based off the moon and the cosmos, not taxes. So every month would be 28 days. Exactly. And the first day of every month would always land on the same day of the week. So we're really just out here living in a system designed to confuse us. And now you see why they call it April Fool's Day.
Whether you believe this theory or not, one thing is clear. History is written by those in power, and even something as basic as time isn't immune to manipulation. This isn't about rejecting January 1st, it's about questioning narratives we have accepted without thinking. If the calendar could be changed once, what else has been altered without our consent? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe there is a missing 13th month, or is this just another internet theory? And if this made you think differently, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this conversation. Thank you.